This is Mr. MTG Flops, and I feel something magic in the air today, and I'm not just talking about the card game. That there was a homage to Fallout New Vegas for the nerds among us who are rapidly approaching 30. But old nerds are in luck, because we're going to be talking about one of the more nerdy things out there, not the card game that we're playing, but an anime about the card game that we're playing. Now, this may come as old news to some of you, but Netflix announced that it is making an anime about Magic the Gathering. My initial reaction is, please don't. But, I took a look at it, and it turns out it's being overseen by the Russo brothers, who wrote Avengers Endgame to some pretty gosh darn good reception. Now, it's not to say the Russo brothers can do no wrong. They've clearly done wrong. But all in all, they seem to have a pretty decent track record. They were responsible for several Captain America movies, several Avengers movies, all of the best of each of those franchises. And although those were all ones they directed and not produced, they've had a really rough go at producing stuff, and that's what they're doing with this magic thing. But who knows? So I guess that leaves us to wonder who's writing this. And the writers are, I forgot. Let me check. Okay. Henry Gilmore of Clone Wars fame is heavily involved in the Clone Wars animated series and rivals them. You got Jose Molina, who also worked on the Clone Wars, and he wrote several episodes of Firefly, which I'm a huge fan of. And Yorukai Mochizuki, who I think I pronounced his name right, and was heavily involved in Into the Spider-Verse, which was an awesome movie. So when I saw that, I got really excited because I thought he was a writer. He's an animator. He animated for Into the Spider-Verse and the Lego movies, all of them, which honestly, pretty well done animation. So we can at least look forward to not whatever weird crap Netflix comes up with for its anime. Have you seen the Ultraman stuff? Don't watch it. It hurts your eyes. The article I read said that they alluded to it being some sort of horror genre instead of strict fantasy, which, yeah, whatever, I don't care. What eludes me is why would these big name people get into a series, a project about a game? Because historically, movies and TV shows about games have been markedly bad. I had to emphasize that with my old microphone setup, which I could not get to work today. Now, of course, there's exceptions to this. The Witcher, the Pokemon show, probably the Yu-Gi-Oh show. I don't know. I haven't watched it. We have the Mario movie that should serve as this festering wound in the middle of cinema history that tells us that we should not do any projects about games as its own TV show. On top of all of that, Netflix has done anime projects that have fallen flat, and they've done fantasy projects that have fallen flatter, and they're marrying the two and expecting a good outcome, even though they do have some okay writers. Firefly, it's good. Clone Wars, that's good, but they've all had their low points. Firefly didn't have its low point. So we're taking those things that Netflix has struggled with, and then we're using magic storytelling, which I might be alone in this opinion, but I don't think I am. Magic's story writing is just so. Especially not its bigger plot points like War of the Spark. It's, just the big bad guy that you gotta kill. Its best stuff is really the small time stuff. Like, I really like the backstory for Felden of the Third Path. It's not the kind of story that you seek out. It's like, oh, I want to know what happened with my commander, so I'll read the MTG wiki on it, right? That's about as far as it goes. It's interesting to me that they choose to make a show about it when the source material is kind of lackluster. Now, according to the article I read about it, they are writing their own storyline, which I think is better because now they have their own material to work off of. But it can't be that much different because we got Chandra on the art. Maybe not. Maybe that's just the art. But it seems like an odd choice if it is. The article I read said that there was a placeholder for the show on Netflix, but they took it down, which is odd. But when they asked Joe Russo about it, he said it was still in script development phase. So, maybe it's just slow. According to the Russo brothers, it's a passion project for them. apparently they've been players since the dawn of Magic time. The article also told us that it wouldn't be like the Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh show in the sense that it wouldn't be bringing the actions in game to life, which I guess is better than doing that. So what do you all think of this Magic the Gathering anime? I'd love to hear your thoughts on it in the comments. And I don't usually do stuff like this, so tell me if you like this. It's both more time consuming than the skit and much easier to do. So, um, if you guys like it, I'll be sure to try to do more. And with that, I'll be signing off. This is Mr. MTG. Okay, I'm not going to do that again.